I do fear that we may be forgetting the lessons of 9/11. I am not an enemy of the Saudis. I think that the Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, and I've talked to people that are former State Department employees, and they said the man's literally they wouldn't give him an insurance policy for life insurance because they don't think he can live, because he has stood in a sense as a reformer to the Saudi ways, to the Wahhabi sect, to their extremism. And so I have a great affection for Mohammed bin Salman. But I will tell you this: if you're watching the news tonight, you won't hear this at many places, but you hear it on Tucker's segment, and that is that President Obama went out of his way to cover up the Saudi state's higher level complicity with the attack that happened. Al Qaeda had penetrated into levels of the Saudi government where there was evidence of, in a sense, collusion behind the attack in the United States. And all efforts to expose that and to bring it to the light of day were killed by you have remember the Clappers and the Brenners and those guys. Well, you know what kind of a reliable integrity they have. They're state bureaucrats. They remind me of the people that ran Treadstone when you watch Jason Bourne. They've got that kind of look. They're like so devious. Well, they made it impossible for the truth to come out under President Obama, so that no one knew the relationship between the Saudi government and Al Qaeda and 9/11. They never put those three things together. And the reason why was because President Obama needed Saudi support for the Iran deal. And he was using that as leverage. And he wanted to keep our relationship with Saudi Arabia in such a way that he could court their sanction and support with his bad deal with Iran, of all the stupid things, to give nuclear weapons to a terrorist state that's bent on the destruction of Israel and the United States. Talk about a knucklehead thing, which the liberal press will never expose. But these things are all facts. And the amnesia that happened between World War I and World War II is what is possible today. And not in terms of being adversarial with Saudi Arabia. I've already given you my thoughts on bin Salman. It's because Americans in general don't recognize that Donald Trump is the sole reason why you're not seeing greater, more impudent manifestations of terrorism. I mean, you see North Korea, and sometimes Kim Jong-il in a fit shoots off a rocket into a parking lot somewhere in the ocean, and he's not aiming at targets that are going to be antagonizing the United States. He's taunting Japan. But you see, that's Donald Trump, because of the grace of God, the Spirit of God, and the prayers of the saints. Let's put everything in perspective. It is, so far, we've been able to hold something in tension. And the world order, the global order, is held and arrested, so to speak, because of the Spirit of God and it's the grace of God on the United States through Donald Trump, holding this order in check.